Welcome residents to our weekly talk of the town. During the nice weather, spring and summer and fall, we usually hold it outside on the front porch here at the administration building in Carnwath Farms, but we're getting besieged by a significant rainstorm right now, long overdue, needing this and more rain. But we're inside the admin building, and this is the front greeting room, still a work in progress, but actually usable, and we're trying to get it more fixed up. The Friends of Carnwath Farms are working on some projects related to it. I want to start off today with a brief discussion, and then I'll welcome Brian back to talk with me about the farm plot project that we have. But first, for the residents that may not be aware, we had a terrible fire this morning in Houstonville in the hamlet on 9D, just up the street going north from New Hamburg, Old Hopewell Road. I got out early in the morning and we met there with our inspectors, our fire companies. Thanks to the close proximity with the Houstonville Fire Company, they were first on the scene. We had an unfortunate car accident, and as a result, a car plowed into the red barn, as a lot of people call it, which had recently been renovated. Unfortunately, the entire building was lost to flames and had to be torn down because it was in such a state of disrepair it would have collapsed soon anyway. And also our fire companies, there were three of them, Houstonville, New Hackensack, and also Fishkill came out in support of the fire. Fortunately, no damage to any other property other than what was stored inside. The driver of the car was rescued out of the car just before the fire erupted and was taken to the hospital. I understand that he has, fortunately, thank goodness, survived the accident. I'm not aware of his condition at this point in time. But the fire response, the first responders, the state police were immediately on the scene, help rescue the driver, and the EMS services. They were all tremendous out there. I was talking with the owner of the property, and of course she was very, very saddened. She had just put in a fair amount of money to renovate the place, and they hated to see that building that was constructed in 1865 go up in flames. So we're going to do work with her, with the town, and I'm going to try to reach out to some other folks to help with rebuilding the facility. Hopefully her insurance will cover some of that, but try to emulate the design of what it once was, maybe enhance it a little bit more, and certainly push it back a little bit from the road, as all the buildings there suffer from that issue. So hopefully we've as we've torn it down, I was just talking with Brian, and maybe there's something that could be salvaged, but it's pretty, an old building like that goes up in flames fairly quickly, and that's what happened here. So a sad day for us in Houstonville and the town of Wappinger, but again, as we see Houstonville hopefully rebuild in many different ways, there's a brighter future coming. So we'll turn to talking about our farm project, up there with Brian. He's going to give us an update. You'll remember that we had talked a while back when we were first kicking it off. So, we'll be right back and talk with Brian about it. So I'd like to welcome Brian back, and talking with us about the farm plots, what he's doing, a little bit of update. There's been a lot done in preparation for the future. We're just remarking about how needed the rain is that we're seeing, and I'm sure with respect to your, the plots up there that you're working on, this is great, to see, such rain. So as we're talking here, why don't you give the residents a brief update on actually what I feel to be great news of moving this whole project forward and the tremendous response we've been getting from the community as we move into the further preparation for next year, right?
Yes.
So go ahead, Brian. You'll recall we talked about this a while back when we actually signed the license agreement.
End of June.
Yeah, and so he's cleared the land and been doing a lot of planning. They have a website and other things up and running. So why don't you go and introduce what you've been doing?
Hi, everybody.
Mike.
Oh, sorry. So over the last 2 months, we've been working within the community. We got to experience an event here, the Carnworth Community Family Day.
Yep.
That was very successful. That was the launch of our website and our newsletter and all of our social media. So that is www.carnworthcommunityfarming.com. And that will be all of our updates on upcoming stuff. There is a form to fill out for the farm plots for people that are interested, and the explanation of what's going to go on up there and how we're approaching that.
And you've had a lot of interest.
We've had a lot of interest.
Tell them some of the comments you're getting and enthusiasm that we're seeing.
So we have everybody from seasoned gardeners and farmers that want to come and pitch in, help out, share their knowledge and experience. We also have people that comment on how they have a hard time keeping a houseplant alive. So I think it's going to be a learning experience for everybody. People that want space to grow, that have moved here and live in apartments. This is a great opportunity to get your hands dirty, grow your own food, connect with the community members and your neighbors. You share our crops and share our vegetables is kind of the goal of what we want up there. We've been outreaching through our social media. We've created this fun little scavenger hunt we've done with families and friends around Carnworth. We have these available for pickup at the town hall, and you can also download it for yourself at carnworthcommunityfarming.com. So that's just some of the updates on the people. The farm plot itself, we had a severely dry summer, so it's been tough. We've been just amending the soil. We've been working on getting our water up, and the main goal is just preparation for next year. We got into the game a little late, which is perfectly fine, and we're enthusiastically going into fall and winter to get next year completely operational. We're going to amend the soil with manure and do a cover crop. We are hoping to do a garlic planting and turn that into an event in November.
Good.
We have a close family member who has a large farm up in northern New York, and he has our garlic.
Good.
So that is a family heirloom garlic. We hope to be planting.
Outstanding. I just actually received my garlic for planting in my small, garden at home. I get it from, Hudson Valley Seed, company, and they, like 4 different varieties I've had. So I'll be planting probably.
It's one of the funnest family things we've done.
Well, it's great because the planning process,
the
right?
planning
is
process.
Great, and then watching it grow and
the
waiting, but then when the scapes come up, you can cut those and eat those. We use those, and then when the bulbs are garlic cloves are ready to harvest, and then the process of letting it dry a little bit before you use it. But it's fantastic, and I think the kids, kids of all ages actually, including myself, love it. That would be tremendous.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
And I think some sort of fall garlic, spring garlic festival, harvest festival,
harvest
or something
festival
will be great.
It's a ton of work to harvest it. It's a ton of work to dry it.
But hopefully, with some good volunteers as well as others that have taken out plots, we should be able to do that. And a good thing is you start at the right time, right? You don't have to do it in one day. You can go through, and depending on whether it's hard neck or soft neck or what you do, but it's a lot of fun. So I think Brian and Courtney and them have been really working different programs like that and figuring out what is actually the best types of plants to grow there and going forward.
We've sent out numerous soil samples. Cornell Cooperative is amazing and helpful. And
absolutely.
All
they
the
are
amendments
tremendous
up there, and they're helping us. not only are we wanting to farm, but we want to garden.
Yeah.
And the key to a good garden is soil health.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
microbes in there and the nutrients all have to be there for a successful community garden as well. So we're looking to build that soil structure through the fall and the winter, and provide the people who do get plots
Right.
with good, happy, healthy soil.
Yeah, no, exactly,
Which is
absolutely.
a big part of it.
Yeah,
And then we're also just doing community outreach,
Yep.
getting people involved with Carnworth. This place is incredible. The grounds here are incredible. We've received numerous emails of people that have lived in the town their entire life and have never known about it.
yeah,
They
that's
come-
amazing, isn't it?
They
Yeah.
walk the trails and they see the historic buildings, and it's just, you know, a great place
Yeah.
to spend time with
And
your
kind
family.
of a shame on the town, government, but thanks to, I think, the vision back in 1999 when they bought
When
the
it was
place,
purchased, yep.
when it was purchased, because it had been occupied before and used for different things, and then under Joe Ruggiero, they made some improvements to the main mansion building just to preserve it. And then since I've been in office, we've been working on it, and Joey and myself and many others, to try to get it further along. This building has actually been stabilized and is operational. A lot of indoor work needs to be done, but that's fine. And the porch was added or renovated. And so we're now looking at other things. We put temporary coating on the roof of the mansion. We repaired the roofing tiles to the chapel, and so a lot's there, not all that visible, and thanks to the support of the town board and many others, we're slowly but surely making progress. But I think this Carnworth farming is certainly something that will draw more people, and really, you should come out. And
Yep.
And Brian and I and Courtney have been exchanging ideas. There's a lot of other things that are being planned out into the future. Of course, if anybody's interested in donating, whether it's money, equipment,
Time.
yeah,
Is a big part.
because
Knowledge,
yeah.
Any
exactly.
experience is welcome.
Right. Or if you want to donate a bench and memorial to someone, we're talking about. I've had the vision of doing a little orchard, and growing it, a living thing in memory of the many of our youth that have passed away in the town, and some other things. So they're working out this plan, but clearly right now it's to get the land ready,
Yes,
right?
yes, to get the land ready. But please reach out to us
Yeah.
through email, the website, our newsletter. We welcome any interest, any knowledge, again, and experience.
And I think that if people save seeds, like I do,
Seed
and
sharing and-
seed
yes.
sharing. I always thought, hey, why don't we create a little bit of a seed bank,
Seed bank.
in this building or another? We can
Yep.
do those things over time. So it's exciting, folks. Really is, and this is where, Wappinger, and our government and our residents are really working very hard to improve the quality of life. And I really thank Brian and Courtney for taking the lead, because we were actually struggling, as he knows, to try to find somebody that would
And
do that.
We appreciate the town
Yeah.
for having the foresight to keep this property and
Yeah.
utilize it for something as important as feeding our community and
Right.
growing the knowledge of our community.
And the location's not a bad one,
And it's
right?
not a bad location. It's a beautiful view if you come out and check it out.
Especially when the leaves fall down.
Yep.
It's really amazing,
Yep.
that you have. But
Yes,
so, yeah.
absolutely.
So, if as you're looking into the spring, as far as, if folks remember, we want to grow the individual plots, but also
Yes.
they'll be doing some farming. What do you think, we were talking about garlic, is there strawberries, or what do you look at that would grow up there well?
What we're looking at for this fall planting
Yep.
would be garlic, and then that would turn into our spring harvest, mid to late June. Coexisting with that, I think a lot of the things that we can divide and conquer and distribute in is hard-skinned vegetables,
Yeah.
squashes, summer
Yeah.
squash,
Which are great.
all the things that are easy to preserve.
And then maybe some pumpkins for the fall,
And then
fall activity.
Yep, I think we'll do definitely pumpkins for the
Good.
fall.
Yeah.
Including corn. We have to amend the soil for that.
Yeah.
But
And one reason for the hard skin vegetables, right, is because of insects.
Insects,
and
pest resistant,
yeah.
and they store very well.
Yeah, they do.
One thing my wife and I have been really supportive and working with the community food banks,
Yeah, right.
the little food shelters that
Yeah.
are posted around the
Yeah.
village and the town of
Yeah.
Wappingers. And a lot of things is fresh vegetables. And
Exactly.
Unfortunately, they're perishable
Yeah.
and hard to keep.
Right.
But a butternut squash that's
Oh,
cured
it's
properly
great. Yeah,
is a great
absolutely. Yeah.
add.
And we,
add-on to
when
that.
I lived over in Wheeler Hill, when we built the house, I actually built in a root cellar and for also storing, hard shell like that, and even potatoes and things
Yep.
like that. But
Carrots,
yeah,
we do phenomenal
carrots,
carrots.
yeah, and of course, beets are not bad for around here, and hopefully too we'll get some flowers,
Yep.
that we can then plant around, right? Use.
We've been talking to several gardeners about doing come and cut flower gardens on the property up near the garden, and that has a huge interest.
It does, yeah.
From people who want to come and take pictures
Yeah.
to people who want to take them home.
Yeah, no, absolutely, yeah.
So that's the
And hopefully, sit and enjoy. We
Yes.
get benches out there, get a walking
Yep.
path, what have you. So yeah, everyone, I think, please go to the site, www.Carnwath,
Community
farming, not farms, but
Yep.
farming.com. So please sign up for the newsletter
Yep.
and show your interest. We welcome it. So thank you, Brian,
Thank
and I
you.
really appreciate your putting a lot of time and effort into it. It really is. Fortunately, he lives close.
yes, tractor drive makes it work.
Can get down the Wheeler Hill Road over to the old Post Road area. So thanks again, and we look forward to more information. We'll have you back and
Thank you very
bring
much.
updates to what we're doing. I guess maybe right before garlic time,
Yes.
planting time.
Yes.
Then we can broadcast that and get some news out there.
That would be
so
wonderful.
thanks.
All right.
Yeah, take care.
Appreciate it.
Hi, residents. We had to make a change of plans. We had to move out to the front porch because the power went off inside. We didn't have enough light to continue the taping. I have a couple of things additional that I wanted to mention to you. First is that we have coming up this Saturday at Schlothouse, Brexville Schlothouse Park, Myers Corner and All Angels Hill Road. The next in our series of movies. And this particular movie is a PG movie, and this is a great one for the kids and young at heart. Space Jam. This is actually part 2 of the Space Jam that started, I think it was around in the late 90s, maybe 1999. Michael Jordan was in this one. This is LeBron James, and so this movie will be showing, weather permitting, on this Saturday night. As the sun sets earlier, we're looking at a 7 o'clock, starting time. This is free to everyone. Come on out, bring your chairs, your blankets, or bring the children, and come see Space Jam. This is called The New Legacy, and it's about LeBron James. His son is kidnapped. He lines up with all the Looney Tune Warner Brothers, cartoon characters, and really a fun event and competitive basketball with arch enemies. So come on out and see that, and come and mingle with your friends out there as well. Another big event, our biggest event of the year, is coming up soon, and this is Carnival. This is our Community Day event, and as a reminder, it's on October 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th. This is Columbus Day, weekend. And we have posted out on the Facebook or town rec site the daily events. Just reading quickly, on Friday, October 7th, that's what we call Wristband Day. And people that go attend all these know what that means. But our rides open at 6 o'clock p.m. The bonfire is lit at 7 o'clock p.m. Remember, this is what our friends at Cosm helped put on, and they had some fire dancing and other routines, that are really, it was a big hit last year, so come on out. 7 p.m. We also have a concert in the band shell, and the rides close at 10 o'clock. On the October the 8th, that's the day of our parade. That parade takes place on Myers Corner Road at 2 o'clock. Those participants in the parade we'll be meeting at Lairdale site around 12 o'clock in the afternoon. We have some concerts, one at 3:30 and another at 8 o'clock in the evening, and the rides close at 10 o'clock. On October the 9th, rides open, this is Sunday, at 3 p.m., and we have, again, several concerts, and approximately around 8:30, we'll have the fireworks display. And again, 10 o'clock, the rides will close. On Monday, October 10th, it's a wristband day, and rides open at 3 and close approximately 7 o'clock. So it's an abbreviated day. But throughout the day, we will have vendors there, food and crafts, community service, volunteer organizations. There'll be the tents out there for you to come out. So it's not just these events that I've highlighted, but certainly a bunch of other activities, throughout the day are going on. Again, that's Brexel Slothouse Park. That's a big park on what is basically the south and west corner of All Angels and Myers Corner. And this is where we have our large memorial, war memorial, site. It's across the street from the Mid-Hudson Islamic Association Mosque and catty corner from the new Hackensack Fire Station. So it's easy to get to and a lot of fun things to do. So bring the entire family out, not just one day, but every day. And our food vendors, there'll be different ones and different organizations out there during each day. Last but not least, I want to mention that we have, during the month of September through November, our annual sewer line cleaning and maintenance. You'll notice that there is an advertisement in our webpage and out on social media. For this, we've sent out notices. We have an e-blast gov delivery service that we send out email. I posted earlier this week how you can sign up for this email delivery service, and please sign up. Look at that Facebook site or come to our town website. We have also the ability, you'll have the ability to use a mobile app as well. I've gotten a little bit of comments from folks because we mentioned in there that Camo Pollution Control, that's the operator who maintains our water and sewer lines, along with the highway department. They're going to be providing preventive maintenance. We do this regularly by cleaning the sewer lines out. This includes high pressure water application going into the lines. And some people have been joking about it. We suggested in there that when they're in your area, you keep your toilet seats covered, keep them down. And the reason that is that on a rare occasion, but it does happen, as a result of the pressure, it backflows some of the water that's in the sewer line back into some of the public housing in your private sewer pipes. And we have found on a couple of occasions that it backflows and sprays out of the toilet. So that's why we suggested that as just a safety precaution, to avoid that unpleasant event. Camo pollution helps take care of it if it should happen, but we don't want to cause any discomfort to you. So that's why we mentioned that particular item. So if you have any questions concerning this service, contact Camo Pollution Control. Their number is 845-463-7310. Again, Camo's number is 845-463-7310. And they've been doing outstanding service for our community with all the town public water and sewer lines. And during our first upcoming budget meetings, you'll be hearing more from Camo as they present their budget, which I've just reviewed with them as part of my responsibility to review the budget planning. So stay tuned for more announcements. Come out and enjoy our events, starting with this Saturday. Our Movies in the Park series continues with the LeBron James movie, and I think the kids will find that fun, and I find it fun myself. So come on out, and then make sure you mark your calendars for Community Day. Until soon, please stay safe and remain well. Thank you.